285,156 is a perfect square number. Determine square root of 285,156 using division method. Okay, the number is getting bigger and bigger. The problem is going to be a little bit more and more complex. But remember the previous video, we have learned about how to educately guess a square root number based on the characteristics of a number and its square. So let's go and apply that. So the solutions. The first step is to divide the digits into pairs. So in this case, 285156. So the pairs is gonna start from the right. So this is the first pair, the second pair, and the third pair. Okay, remember the first thing, because there are 3 pairs in this number, that means the square root is going to be a 3-digit number. So we are applying the lesson that we have learned from the previous video. So what can you guess next? Number 2. Can you guess the first digit of the square root? Remember, the first digit of the square root must be, when multiplied by itself, must be less or equal to the first pair, the leftmost pair of the number. So the number that we're looking at is this one, the leftmost pair, 28. So what would be the first digit? Yes, it is 5. Why? Because 5 squared is less than 28, and 28 is less than 6 squared. 5 squared is 25, while 6 squared is 36. So the first digit is 5. So what is the third clue? The third clue, please take a look at the last digit, 6. What does it tell us? That means the last digit of the square root must either be 4 or 6. So now let's begin our long division. So the pairs are 28, 51, and 56. So the first digit, remember, is going to be 5. So 5 times 5 is 25. The remainder is 3. Bring down 51 here. So this becomes our new dividend, 351. And we're going to bring down this 5 here, down here. So that becomes 5. Add up together, become 10. And we leave out the next digit. So what would be the next digit be? So that we need to figure out. Can we guess a number? Let's say 105 times 5. It's going to be 5225. So this must not be, it has to be less than 5, because 525 and is more than 351. Remember the result, the multiplication must be less or equal to the remainder, 351. So we pick up something smaller. Let's say, let's choose a digit 3. 103 times 3. So that becomes 903. 309, that's good. Let's try 104. 4 times 4 is 16. This is 1 and this is 4. 416 is bigger. The only one that is less is 309. So the next digit should be 3 here. And quotient is also 3. So 103 times 3, that is equal to 309. And then subtract 309 from 351. That is 242. So let's bring down 56 here. So 4256 is the new remainder. So let's bring down 3 here. So that becomes 3, and let's add up to 103 and 3, that becomes 106, and empty the next digit. And we are going to guess this digit, and this digit must be equal to 4,256. Remember, the square root of this number is a 3-digit number. So whatever it is, we have already got 2 digits, so the only last digit is what we want. And remember, from here, the last digit must either be 4 or 6. Why? Because the last digit here is 6. Okay, so let's try 4 first. See whether it matches. So 1064 times 4. 4 times 4 is, of course, 16. So 6 here, 1 over there. 6 times 4 is 24. 24 plus 1 is 25. So still match with 5 here. So 2 here. 0 times 4 is 0. 0 times, plus 2 is 2. Still match. It looks like this is going to be the answer. And 1 times 4 is 4. So 4256. So that is the answer. So 4 here and 4 here. That gives us 4,256 with remainder 0. That means the answer for this question, square root of 285,156 is equal to 534. So how is it then? It's a long division method. It's quite lengthy, but we have learned on how to guess a square root based on the characteristics. Remember the 3 characteristics we mentioned just now, that the square root must be equal to the number of pair, and then the first digit we have guessed it right, which is 5, and the last digit is either 4 or 6. So that makes our job a little bit simpler. So let's meet in the next example, so stay tuned.